We've been married for 9 months now. Did we make a mistake?
This is Black Love, a talk with Dr. J and Dr. J.
We've been married for 9 months. Did we make a mistake? The short answer is, wait till the end. But I think in our conversation, you'll find out what the answer really is. Did we make a mistake? Absolutely not. I'm as happy now as I've ever been in my life. This is the happiest 9 months of my life when it comes to my relationship, right?
Absolutely. I couldn't be happier.
So what would you say to people in terms of these 9 months? What makes you so happy?
It's the feeling of being satisfied. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What that means that I couldn't imagine being with anybody else. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
Okay.
You're my best friend.
Indeed.
Yeah. I love spending time with you. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or if it's 24 hours. I love being with you.
Yes.
And that it doesn't get old.
Never gets old. Never gets old. You know, when we first met, there was this energy that we both felt, you know, after we talked about it. I certainly felt it when we first met. And, you know, we were brought together and introduced in a way that to me felt like a setup. So I was a little apprehensive, but I still felt the energy because at that time I didn't want to be connected, hooked up with anybody. I didn't want any help trying to find a relationship. I really wasn't looking for some long-term anything, right? And we didn't start dating right away. It took us several months before we actually started dating.
Yeah.
And when we started dating, the energy was confirmed. It was there again. At least I felt it.
Undeniable.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
By the time we had our second date, I knew that she was totally different and that this had long-term potential. And I was certainly interested in finding out, you know, more about her. And, you know, we began to spend a lot of time together.
Do you remember I thought you were so cocky at first?
She did think that I was cocky, you know, but she went out with me again. So
I did. I did.
I remember that was one of her first words, you know, after our first date, and we talked later. That was one of her first words out of my mouth is that you are so arrogant. And those of you who know me know I'm far from arrogant, you know, but I think it's something that I had said to her on that first date, but it was the truth. I'm not going to repeat it here. I'll repeat that some other time in a different video, but it was the truth.
And then if you know what he drives, then it just kind of topped it off.
You know, I like fast cars, so. At the end of that first date, she let me know undeniably.
How did I let you know?
Well, you reached across the seat and gave me a little hug and said, I hope that we can do this again.
I was being nice.
If you didn't want to see me again, you would open that door and got out and took off and just said, thanks, bye.
Yeah,
so you really let me know that you were interested in seeing me again.
No, I was feeling you.
Yeah, I was feeling her too, you know, and so I knew that I wanted to see her again. And I was glad to get the confirmation that she wanted to see me again. But like I said, it wasn't until that second date that I was like, this one's different. Yeah, she's different and she has long-term potential. And it was undeniable. I felt it. It was confirmed. You know, that first date was kind of like, okay, who are you really? You know, kind of feeling her out. But that second date.
Intrigued on the first date.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the second date, for sure.
There was like this feeling of contentment.
Being satisfied. I knew early on, like, wow.
Yeah, being satisfied. It's like all itches were being scratched and you weren't searching for something else to feel what you needed or wanted. It's like it was all there, it was all present.
And it didn't seem forced. It didn't seem like you're putting on, you know, your best face for me or anything. It was all you.
And that's one thing that I had prayed for too. I was like, God, if it's going to happen with somebody else, just let it happen. Let it happen naturally. I don't want to force anything, but I want certain things to be present. And it was all there.
That still boggles my mind that we both prayed for each other without even knowing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, certainly. You know, and it was all there. And, you know, I thank God to this day for bringing her into my life. in these 9 months, in terms of relationship, there's some other stuff we could talk about later about there being some prime frustrations, but that's going to be part of life. You're always going to have frustrations. But in terms of our relationship,
I couldn't ask for anything
man, I
better.
couldn't be happier. I love traveling with you, babe. It's like you said, spending time together, all those things. And sometimes we'll just jump in the car.
And just go.
Just go.
I love how last minute we are sometimes.
Like I don't want to plan a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things that we want to do that you have to plan.
Yeah.
But the spontaneity of it, just saying, let's just get in the car and wherever we end up, we end up.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter where I'm going to end up. As long as I'm with him, I'm happy. So
that's the thing. Is like I just want to be with her. It's not about what we're doing or where we're going. It's that we're doing it together.
yeah, absolutely.
And doing life together these last 9 months. Now, for me, in terms of dating, especially that second year of us dating, we dated for 2 years before we got married. We were already doing life together because we were talking about getting married and things like that and making these plans. But these 9 months of being officially married and doing life together has been a wonderful experience.
It has.
I didn't believe in soulmates, did you?
There was no such thing as far as I was concerned.
I believe that there's plenty of people that you can be compatible with, that you can get along with, and that you'd be fine marrying, and your salvation is at stake, but your happiness would be at stake. And I still think that that's true to some degree, but I now do believe in soulmates, and I think that I have
soulmates is real.
I found my soulmate for real. And you were saying it before me, right?
I was, yeah.
What were you saying?
Well, in regards to soulmates?
Well, not just in soulmates, but you were saying like you're the male version of me.
Absolutely.
And I didn't see it as soon as she saw it.
Yeah, no, like everything that we do, it's because it's already been something that I wanted to do.
Exactly.
I mean, not everything. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
He's not following behind me. That's not what I mean. But like, I don't even have to think too much about it, or I can just bring it up, and you're like, oh yeah, I was already thinking about it.
We have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
A lot of things in common.
We even think the same. I think we approach
to a large
things
degree.
in
Some
the
things
same-
that she just don't get or understand about me. We don't see eye to eye on. But to a large degree, I would say yes, we do think alike, and that makes things so much easier
It
too.
is.
Because we don't argue about stuff
Not the little stuff.
because we're not seeing it the same.
Not the big stuff. We don't really argue.
We don't really argue at all. It's such a dream.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I think we learned how to communicate without even having to learn how to communicate. We just know naturally how to just mesh and drive with each other. And
Yeah. And look how fine she is too. How
Well.
can you argue with that? You're like,
I gotta look good for this right here.
What would you say is the hardest part of our relationship in the last 9 months?
Well, you kind of touched on it a little bit. There's been some ups, there's been some downs. But any relationship has its downs. But it's not really been with us. It's been things that have been outside factors.
Yeah.
I think that's probably been the hardest thing. But like I said, we communicate very well, and we just mesh well. So we know how to take things in stride without letting it like really get to us. And communication has always been the thing that I am just like most proud of us for.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Communicating.
Yeah.
I would add to that the amount of support that you lend to me with everything. Like you said, there's been some stressful situations from outside forces, but the amount of support, that I've felt and that I've tried to give to you, because it has come both ways,
Yeah.
Has been unbelievable and undeniable, and it underscores the fact that you do love me, that you don't just say it, but you show it,
Of course.
every single day. And that boggles my mind too, because, people go through life without ever really feeling true love, true marital, romantic, unconditional love. And for it not just to only be said, some people don't even hear it, but for it not just to be said, but to be felt. And you know it to the point where it doesn't even need to be said.
Yeah. Literally.
Is amazing because you show it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Totally get how a couple married 75 years, when one passes, the other one passes right after. I get that. I felt that completely, because I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Be a
right now.
mess.
That I don't want to live a day without. And I'm not saying if she died that I would want to die right away.
No.
But I know I don't want to live a day without her. After her coming into my life, I don't ever want her to be out of my life. And
I don't even like being in the other room when you're in the
she'll come into the room, I'm trying to study and prepare, and she come peeking around the corner, And I love those things too, because just knowing that she wants to be near me feels so good. It feels so good. And sometimes, I'm just like, okay, just come on in and sit. And I'll have my computer here, and she'll have her
To
computer.
me too. I don't know why he's acting like I'm the only one coming in here. Like, you do.
Yeah, of course, because I want to be near you too, Like I said, it's undeniable. Us together it just feels so good.
It does.
It just feels so good. So, yeah, that's our 9-month review. And I hope that every 9 months, the review is the same. It just gets more and more and more of what we have now.
Absolutely.
God has truly blessed us, and I thank Him every day for putting her in my life. I did not expect any of this. If you had asked me 4 or 5 years ago, no.
Like Michael who?
I would not have expected any of this. But at the same time, I'm so happy to be where I am right now.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for being my partner.
Thank you for being mine.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, God. Seriously, seriously, seriously. Till next time, give more love.
Share more love.
And hopefully you will receive
More love.
Yes, indeed. We'll see y'all later.
This is Black Love. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.
All right. Number 3 is done.
Yeah.